After literally months of badgering and mockery from me and others, Donald Trump did start to use Truth Social, finally. But that doesn't mean he's all that attached to it. In fact, he seems to be backing off in another sense. Donald Trump has apparently removed himself from the board of the social media company that manages it. Apparently, just weeks before the company was issued federal subpoenas by both the SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission, and a grand jury in Manhattan. So the timing is at the very least certainly spicy. Now, this has been reported widely. That said, Truth Social wants to reassure you that he has not in any way backed off. In fact, they say, contrary to an exclusive fake news story filed by a reporter who is incapable of understanding state business records, Donald Trump remains on the board of Trump Media and Technology Group. In fact, the reporter acknowledges that Trump's title is chairman, but apparently has no clue what a chairman presides over. Hopefully this helps clarify things, except that it doesn't really, because according to the reporting by Insider, back on June 8th, there was a filing with the Florida Department of the state's Division of Corporations. Trump was removed from his position as chairman of the Trump Media and Technology Group. So I don't know, maybe you guys should talk to each other. You've got a social media network to do it on. Maybe you should figure out who your chairman actually is, because Trump doesn't think it's him. He left, his son Donald Trump Jr. left, other members of the board left as well. And why not? They're facing this investigation, both locally and federally. And maybe it'll come to nothing. It's an investigation of Trump and his family. Those often don't bear any fruit because he's wealthy and powerful. But anyway, Brett, it is interesting that at a time when he is at least finally using it on a fairly daily basis, he no longer wants to be involved in the leadership.
I'm not sure that's a big loss for Truth Social. I will say that Truth Social tweeting something that seems to be untrue is just exactly what I wanted for this. That's exactly what I wanted for the company when they announced it was happening. It's exactly what you assumed it would be. They just get to create their own reality separate from any negative feedback on the subject. Anyone contradicting to them, they didn't tweet that. No one's putting that out on Twitter. It can't get a check mark for misinformation. This is Truth Social, where we decide what truth is, not reality.
Well, to be clear, you keep referring to it as Truth Social. It's Truth Central. Maybe that's why he had to leave. He tried for months to learn how to say its name and he just couldn't nail it, so they couldn't have him. That looks bad. Anyway, because they're denying that he stepped down, even though the records clearly say that he stepped down, people have gone to interesting lengths to really try to figure out if he's involved in the leadership. And so we're gonna run through some of the evidence. So first of all, former California Congressman Devin Nunes is listed as the media company's CEO. That is still the truth. It's been that for some time. A businessman named Philip Juhan is the company's CFO. They're now the only two board members listed, both using the same Sarasota office address. It used to have other people, it doesn't anymore. A visit to the office by the Herald-Tribune at the end of last month revealed that Trump's company name was not on the registry in the main lobby, nor was there any reference to the name at the office suite itself. There was no receptionist, just a note to ring the doorbell for assistance. And anyway, they put out a statement saying that they're going to comply with the subpoenas. It seems like they probably should, but this is shady enough to demand investigation, but also how could this possibly work to shield him from culpability? If they did something illegal and he leaves way after, I don't think that that'll work, but I'm worried that it might.
Yeah. This is just right up there with the ad on Reddit for Parler, where it's like, it's free speech, that's our vibe, but they disabled comments on the post.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.